the return of a Canadian institution. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is back. Tell a friend. Sold out crowd shaking.
Welcome to the February 7 edition of the Maurologue. Thanks for pressing play on the podcast of positivity. Let's start with a little respect for February, the shortest month but packed with history, holidays, and apparently cabbage? Yeah, before the Romans named it Februa after their purification festival, Old English had some questionable takes. They called it Solmonath, Mud Month, and Kalemanoth, Cabbage Month. Maybe they were eating a lot of greens, or maybe they just ran out of ideas, but thankfully we moved on. Oh, and February, it wasn't even on the original Roman calendar. Back then, the Romans ignored winter altogether, like a gym membership in December. It took King Numa Pompilius in 700 BCE to finally add January and February, but somehow February got stuck with fewer days. Clerical error? Ancient prank? Who knows? But love it or hate it, this month has been fighting for respect since day one. Now, from calendar chaos to gridiron greatness, because the Big Easy is buzzing. Super Bowl Sunday is just 2 days away, and we've got a rematch for the ages. 2 years ago, the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles gave us a 38-35 thriller that ended with a last-second field goal victory for KC. And now, Mahomes and the Chiefs are looking to make history, becoming the first team ever to win 3 straight Super Bowls. The only franchise to pull off a three-peat? The Green Bay Packers, before the Super Bowl era. But the Eagles are ready to crash the party. They've added Saquon Barkley to their already dangerous offense. And with Jalen Hurts at QB, they're aiming to end Mahomes' dynasty dreams. And Barkley, well, he was named the Offensive Player of the Year. We'll get to League MVP in just a moment. But before we do all that, let's not forget the halftime show. Kendrick Lamar, fresh off 5 Grammy wins, takes center stage with SZA. You just know there are going to be mic drop moments. Now, if you were wondering why Lil Wayne isn't performing at halftime, well, so is he. The rap legend pokes fun at his Super Bowl snub in a new Cetaphil commercial because when life gives you lemons, you drop a banger. And speaking of bangers, the Carter 6 is coming June 6th. The new installment is the legendary rapper's latest in a series that started way back in 2004. And by the way, the reason Lil Wayne is upset that he's not performing at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans is because he is from Louisiana. Well, before the big game, the NFL had one last bit of business, handing out its most prestigious individual awards. Mentioned Saquon Barkley, who finished 3rd in MVP voting. He was the Offensive Player of the Year. Well, your 2024 MVP, Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. After multiple near misses, Allen finally takes home the league's top individual honor, edging out Lamar Jackson. Oh, and here's a trivia nugget. Allen is the first MVP since John Elway in 1987 to win the award without being named a first-team All-Pro. That was Lamar Jackson. That's an underdog flex, if we've ever seen one. Well, speaking of the big game on a Sunday, a friend of mine, he is in a real pickle. You see, he's got 2 box seats for the Super Bowl, paid over $5,000 each for them. The only problem? He didn't realize when he bought them that his wedding is on the same day. So, if anyone's interested in taking his place, the ceremony's at St. Paul's Church in Canton at 3 p.m. The bride's name is Ashley. She's 5'4", 115. Good cook, too. She'll be the one in the white dress. All right, let's talk about something as essential for many people as the Super Bowl. That's Patrick Mahomes' favorite condiment, ketchup. Did you know that it was once sold as medicine? In ancient China, it started as a fermented fish sauce. Then the British turned it into a mushroom based concoction. Hmm. But in the 1830s, Dr. John Cook Bennett declared tomato ketchup a cure all, leading to a ketchup pill craze. Spoiler, it didn't work. By the 1850s, ketchup left the pharmacy for the dinner table, and in 1876, Heinz made it a household staple. So next time you dunk a fry, remember you're enjoying what was once considered medicine. And honestly, that's a prescription we can all get behind. Now, from a condiment that didn't save lives to a breakthrough that actually will. The FDA just approved the world's smallest heart pump for use in children. The Impella 5.5 can be implanted without opening the chest, and at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Dr. Katsuhide Maeda calls it a game changer. Just ask Katrina Penny, a 21-year-old grad student who was kept alive for 5 weeks thanks to the Impella while awaiting her second heart transplant. Now she's healthy and on her way to becoming a special education teacher. And speaking of saving lives, did you know 6 million men battle depression every year? And yet, men are far less likely to seek help for depression, substance abuse, or stress. It's not just damaging, it's deadly. That's why NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness here in the United States, is raising $200,000 by February 28th to fund an advocacy campaign for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month this June. Want to help? Visit NAMI.org and be part of the change. And by the way, if you or someone you know is struggling, help is available. Call or text 988 or visit 988lifeline.org. And finally, a story that proves divine intervention might just be real. A Virginia woman, Jacqueline Mangus, bought a lottery ticket on Christmas Eve, tucked into her Bible for safekeeping, and then, well, she forgot about it. Fast forward to New Year's. She sees a news report, checks her ticket, and bam, she is a millionaire. Despite her newfound fortune, Jacqueline went right back to work as a nurse the next day. Talk about humble and blessed. Yes, Virginia, there is a millionaire in your state, and she is a nurse. Shout out to Nurse NDE, shout out to Teacher Pusha P, and shout out to Flojo with the fat stacks, keeping it all together. But the biggest shout out goes out to my fair lady. Today's motivation comes from Charles Dickens, who was born on this day, February 7, 1812. He was not only a literary giant, but also a passionate advocate for social justice. His works often highlighted the struggles of the poor and the power of compassion and generosity. Well, on his birthday today, his quote, "No one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another." It reminds us that true worth is found in helping others, a timeless lesson from one of history's greatest storytellers. Regarding birthdays, my brother Ezio celebrates his tomorrow. Happy B-Day, bro! That's it for today's Maurologue. If you enjoyed the big audio dynamite, like, share, and subscribe. And remember, go hold the door open for someone and keep fighting the good fight.